Doing
Getting in
Niaki
the zone.
Ititunakusech hata hisse.
Madawika.
Good.
Oh,
Oh,
no, let her-
no.
Yeah,
That was great.
I know. Just let her do the whole live.
Unsti Hunterish.
When nah,
Halito.
CO.
Oh, you supposed to jump? Okay.
He
Mike.
said what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Mike.
my bad. I thought you usually
Kinda
say
be.
Unsti Huntedish.
Stongo Oshkin Yacha.
Hello.
Iche. Shoda.
This microphone.
We need to add all these other ones that I
that
know
we keep
too.
forgetting.
But yeah, good morning. Coming live from 1950 South Shepherd. Here in the gut, El Ghetto. El Reno, Oklahoma. I recently picked up a flute. So I plan on going for a Grammy soon.
Yep, we're already starting
Yeah.
the recording process.
Serenading.
Single coming out soon. Here we go.
Yep. That's all you get for now. That's all
A
you
little
get for
teaser.
now. Yeah, it's a little teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Copyright coming soon.
I used to play one, man, I'd say it's been like 23 years ago.
Mhm.
It was around the time, well, yeah, around over 20 years ago. My uncle Frank gave me a flute one day. He was like, "Here, nephew, you're always good to me." Like at the time, he was needing some help, so I'd go over and help him out. And he was just like, "Here, like try it out. You just never know."
Mhm.
So like, I wasn't doing much at the time. I wasn't working. Just kind of wandering around, and I would just catch myself playing it all the time. And it was funny because one day, Aaron Sleeper,
Yeah.
not the big Aaron, but his dad.
Yeah, older Aaron.
Yeah, he was like, "Is that like a song? Every time I hear it, like it sounds like you're playing a song." He's like, "What's the name of it?" I just remember like I never ever even thought of anything like that, and I was just like, "Oh, that one's called Girl, We Gonna Get Freaky Tonight." Like we had a good laugh about it. So, I think the name of my first single's gonna be Baby Gad. That's all it's gonna be.
It's gonna be the album cover. Who's
Yeah.
saying it too? Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's all coming together. It makes perfect sense in my head. So, where was you at yesterday?
I got to take the kids to the dentist, so we went to the dentist and just hung out a little bit.
Is it traumatizing for them, or?
No, Ari was loving it. Ari, they had sunglasses instead of like normal visors.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, she was just chilling. She shook their hand, said "aho." that part had me cracking up. And then yeah, Zayla, she's like, "Oh, they know I got cavities." I'm just like, yeah,
They know I
"We've
eat
been telling
candy."
you, yeah. But no, it's not traumatizing yet. So
That's cool.
yeah, it was a good time. I know Ari's already like, "Can we go to the dentist again?" I'm just like, "No, like we gotta wait."
Eat some candy.
Yeah, eat some candy, then we'll go.
That's cool. So we have some other. Well, Tatum's in training. What kind of training is it?
Youth mental health.
Youth
something.
mental health.
A training.
A training.
And Mingo and Mello are in Oklahoma City at the new resource building, whatever it's called, Tribal Service Center, where not much is going on. They just kind of sit there and stare at each other, so it's perfect for them too.
And Auntie Data's over there. So what did they say, Data? What did they say? Yeah.
So Theta's going through it right
Yes,
now.
she's going through it this
Yeah,
morning. But
started off yesterday with somebody flipping her
yeah,
off.
somebody flipped her off in Weatherford, and she just let it slide. Oh, it was in Yukon. What was y'all doing in Yukon?
Closer to home. They were getting decals for shirts.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's I thought it was in Weatherford. So
It was on Mustang Road.
Mustang Road. Got the bird.
Get the plate. Tracking her down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Person that has road rage, of course, has to be a little,
yeah, she had a flare up yesterday.
yeah,
so.
a little bit. Yeah, Flocka came out,
She had a stress ball and she was just squeezing it.
blew it up. It was foam.
Was all flat when she
Yeah.
got here. So yeah, tonight we have the speaker night.
Mhm.
We're having some youth.
Youth
You
speaker
know,
panel.
we always try to empower our youth. You know, and I like the ideal that these young ladies are willing to get vulnerable. You know, we asked some young men to come on, but
They're not ready yet.
yeah, you know, I understand. I get it. You know, that's the last thing I probably ever wanted to do.
Mhm.
You know, was get up there and kind of talk about, you know, because if you know, anybody that knows when you grow up around somebody in their addiction, you learn how to keep those things quiet.
Mhm.
You know, like you don't want nobody to know that your dad got beat up, you know.
Yep.
You know?
Got left at home for 2 days, maybe
Yeah.
3.
One time I got left at home for a week.
Yeah.
I
See?
promise.
Yeah, I think
My
the
dad
most I
was.
had was 4 days.
This is the crazy thing is that my dad was going to college at OU,
Mhm.
and thank God for my uncle Tex Brown. You know, he was like my dad's good friend. You know, he'd come over and stay because he lived in Anadarko. And it was spring break. My dad takes off and didn't come back for a whole week. You know, like
Isn't it weird, like how when we talk about this, we're just like, and, then,
yeah,
and then if there's somebody like from the outside looking at it, they're like, oh my god,
like oh my god,
yeah, and
like,
you're still there with them? Yeah,
yeah.
it just happens.
You know, and that was the first time I ever got to go live with my dad and stay with him
Mhm.
because you know he was going to college at OU, and you know that's where I started smoking cigarettes. That's where I learned how to steal. Like, and the crazy thing about it is, I was in third grade, and there was a fifth grader that I used to hang out with, and I go to prison when I'm 16, and I run into the same guy in prison. What a coincidence! Yeah,
Yeah, who would have thought you would have
who
been
would
here?
have ever thought? You know. And he was like this little racist, little racist guy. You know, it was like I used to hang out with you. You know, like, and I started reminding him. He's like, "Oh yeah, that was you." You know, like, yeah, his name was Johnny Newberry.
Hmm.
Kind of crazy, kind of crazy. Do we have any comments, Miss Star Woman?
Brianna Little Raven says Dos Nioke.
Oh, dose.
Cheyenne Pretty Flower Todd Warner says good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
And Stacy Starr says good morning.
Good morning, Stacy. I seen you yesterday. Yeah, I seen you yesterday, Stacy.
What the
Do we need to leave or?
No. No. She knows what I'm talking about.
Mm.
She knows what I'm talking about. She's walking down the road. Not gonna say with who.
Caught her slipping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
holding hands, skipping.
But you know, it's always good to see. I like seeing, you know, people. I like seeing the community.
J.M. Botone says Niyake, Nephew Barry Botone, and Tor.
Good morning, Auntie.
Morning.
And Misty Hickson says good morning.
People wouldn't.
Stacy Starr says you better hush.
Just gonna block us. Watch.
The whole tour page.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. Yeah. I know you seen us drive by. Getting your steps in.
And Bial.
Y'all.
Frankenstein says good morning, relative.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. You know, it was raining here.
It still is.
Is it still raining?
I mean, yeah, it's like on a pause right now.
So, like in our building, we're in a metal building that's bricked in, but the roof is still metal.
Mhm.
So
show them the ceiling. Just move the camera.
No, you don't want to see that ceiling. It looks disgusting.
Yeah, no, they need to know how
it's like
dedicated
a
we
foot
are.
of that foam
See,
spray.
just tilt it. Just tilt it.
No,
Look,
no. Don't
yeah.
show them.
See, this is what it looks like. This is what our ceiling looks like.
Keep going. Keep going. That's what our ceiling
Yeah.
looks like.
That's what's separating us from the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's super
Yeah.
loud. Yeah, just foam and sheet metal.
It's like a foot of that foam.
I don't even think it's a foot. It's
You don't think so? I think it's pretty thick.
we can stick something through it and see.
Yeah, let's find out.
Yeah, we'll get a broomstick.
Well,
or
because
something.
them purlings are like, I used to put up metal buildings, and purlings are pretty big.
Yeah, but they're sticking.
But anyways,
Yeah. We'll test it.
yeah, we'll test out this theory.
Yeah, we'll see if it's
So we get to hear all the weather.
that birds, squirrels,
birds,
everything,
squirrels,
cats
so-
if they're up there. Yeah, you get to hear it all.
So it's kind of relaxing. It can be
Mhm.
relaxing. Beats
The
his
dungeon
drill
downstairs.
press this morning.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know. Had
Yeah.
a whole workshop in here trying to get stuff made. Hung up stuff on the wall, almost fell down.
Yeah,
Yeah, had to get
Yeah.
creative with putting everything up. So yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't notice the lights.
Yeah, we took
No, I saw the empty ones and I was like, it's bright over here, but
we
over
took
there,
some lights out above Desi's desk, and then we put them up where. So that's why it's a little bit brighter.
yeah,
here
it's super
today.
bright over here. Theta didn't
See,
even know.
Theta didn't even notice.
I saw it, but I didn't really care. Until now.
That's funny.
He's gonna take them all out. He's gonna turn them off.
Yeah. So yeah, my side of the room is lit up now. So yeah, it's been that, so do we have any more comments?
Yes, Bial says step 4 of the East beginning today. I will work on understanding the changes I must make in order to achieve personal harmony, balance, and freedom.
I think that's very important. I think about this because ever since I've heard it or read it, it was about the spiritual awakening. If it wasn't for that spiritual awakening, I'm still that same guy that I used to be. The one that I just didn't know how to live. I didn't know how to live life happily. So getting away from that fear. When I get into fear, that makes me angry, and then whenever I react, then I'm full of shame and guilt. So it's like, I think about the opposite of all those things. What I get to experience today. Instead of fear, I have faith. And instead of anger, I get to experience love today. Which is very important. And then instead of being full of shame and guilt, I get to be thankful, grateful, and appreciative. So I mean, that spiritual awakening happened for me. And what kind of, and I'm not judging anybody's journey. I understand. But I got friends and family that are out there. They're in recovery, but they haven't worked any steps yet. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not judging anybody's journey. To each their own, but I just know what it was like to live on the addiction side. Like I said, if you haven't been able to work any steps yet, you're just the same person that you were, like
Yep.
without a solution, so, I just encourage people to, go ask the creator for that spiritual awakening. Stay woke. Yeah.
Woken.
Get woken.
Yeah, get woke.
Get waked up.
Waked.
Waked up.
Waked.
Stacy said, I'm gonna work on coming tonight if the meeting is still on. I just
It
need to
is.
It'll
ride."
be on
Yeah. It'll be on at 6.
for food.
We'll be feeding at 6, and the meeting will be from 7 to 8. So maybe we can work something out for you, sis. We'll figure something out. Just start walking now.
Yeah, and then you'll make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, walk whenever the rain stops. Then hide.
Yeah, we'll
then
figure
keep
something
walking.
out. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But yeah, she always likes to go to our dances and
Mhm.
everything.
You know, she's
So-
cracking up at Buns at OIN because she kept thinking of him slinging that T-shirt at that old lady in the car.
Beamed
Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't hit the horn.
her.
But yeah.
Well, get your bookmark.
Nope.
Should we go ahead and
It's
jump
OG,
off
I don't
into
even
this
know
bad
what
boy
today is 28th.
all day long?
All right.
All day long.
With prayer and good intentions, we make our lives sacred and so come to balance. Don Jose Matsua, Sierra Madre, Mexico. Only through prayer can we make spiritual changes that are permanent. You have told us that all life is sacred. Today I intend to serve you, my Creator. Allow me to overcome temptation, and if one comes along, let me see the lessons that will give the balance. You have told us that all life is sacred. Let me see the beauty in all things. My Creator, let me know what you would have me be today. Let my intentions be honest, respectful, humble, and loving.
Honest, respectful, and loving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that first, you know, that with prayer and good intentions. You know, there's a lot of, you know, work that had to go into understanding what it is to be happy. You know, like my brain was wired only one way because of my trauma, because of, you know, the circumstances that I dealt with in my life. It was like, you know, like everything was bad. You know, I'm a fault finder. You know, like it doesn't matter how good a situation is, I'm gonna always find the bad in it. And that's what I'm gonna hold on to. You know, 9 things could be right. But if that one thing's wrong, that's where my mind goes. You know, it holds on to that. And you know, and I just play into that. You know, that's the addiction side of my thought process, is the way that I view the world, because you know, I got a mind that works against me. I got a mind that tells me, man, that sucks. You know, like I just have so many like negative thoughts, you know, that has no permission at all to start working that way. Like I don't even have to say like, you know, I got a slick mouth, you know, like I'm always gonna say something crazy, but you know, like it used to be 10 times worse. You know, it used to be real bad. You know, that's why I got beat up all the time. You know, but it was like I would stand on business. You know, like yeah, like it meant something, or I have no idea. You know, but you know, with prayer and good intentions, like I think about that today. Like my perception of the world then, you know, somebody's always trying to get me. I can't trust no female. You know, there's this whole everybody in my life is working against me. Then it got to the point where, you know, one of my good friends got killed, and it was like I felt like everybody was trying to kill me after that. I couldn't even just sit there and just get high and drunk. You know, it's like this evil plot behind my back. You know, because that's where my sickness, that's where my disease took me. You know, and I think about all the relationships that were severed. You know, I think about all of the people that I hurt. You know, and to me, it was like a karma thing. Like I could go steal your last $5, and be like, "Well, I'm sure you stole from somebody before." You know that, like I would justify those type of things.
I am karma.
Yeah. You know. I mean, but you know, it wasn't for them. That was to make me feel better about what I was doing. You know, and then it's like, yeah, with that $5, I'm acting like, you know, well, I wonder who's gonna come take it from me, you know. And that's a horrible way to live, you know. That's a horrible way to live. That's a deadly thought process. That's the addictive side, of my thinking. And like I was saying earlier, I was, I didn't know anything else but fear. That's why I acted tough, and when I got a chance to display anger, like I took it to the max. Like you might outsmart me, but you're not gonna outdone me. Like that's what so I tell my kids, you might outsmart me, but you're not gonna outdone me. Because I'll take, my level of violence, was it was ridiculous, and that just breeds more anger, more fear, and then the shame and guilt of my actions, of the carnage that I created in my life. It was, it got heavy, that's a lot for a person to carry around. So what would help me feel better is to forget all of that through drugs and alcohol. But from my understanding, those are only they help me relieve the symptoms of who I was. It was uncomfortable being in my own skin. So I knew I needed professional help. I knew that I needed something different, because nothing changes if nothing changes, right? So I knew, and I had it in my head, like I remember just laying there and I would just think like, I wonder what it feels like to be sober, like, and I kind of seen myself where I am today, because if I know anything, it's about drugs and alcohol, like, yeah, I earned that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Degrees in it.
Doctorate.
Degrees. Yeah.
But what happened along the way was I learned how to pray. And what happened was I learned how to get out of the Creator's way. I learned how to sit in my prayer. I learned how to accept life on life's terms. And it all started, like I said, I would never judge anybody's journey. I would never say, compare mine to yours, or say, it should be this way or it should be that way, because, those things are out of my hands. It's up to the Creator, but I know for me that this did not start until I started working some steps, and I went, I worked the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, and been able to do a few trainings, with White Bison, and kind of, gotten became a recovery coach, and we get to practice these principles in all our affairs today. And I think it's very important that because I think, like I want so much control in my addiction. But how can I want good for me and want bad for other people? Like it's that simple. Like I want good for me, but I want this person to suffer because of the way that they make me feel. When I learned a valuable lesson that my business stops right here. This is where my business stops. I ain't got to look any further than right here. And what I found was I'm able to see with my heart today. I'm able to, like I found that balance that they're talking about. I don't have the super high highs. I don't have the super low lows no more. I found that happy medium. And, I just don't play into the negative anymore. I know how my temper is. I know what makes me mad. And today I can't even imagine like having a disagreement, like to the point where, like I'm going to argue with somebody because I'm always right.
Yeah.
Just
Just say I could list out all the disagreements, but that's just normal around here.
But you know, I would I'm blessed that I found some peace. You know, I have peace of mind today. You know, I'm blessed that, you know, I get the opportunity to improve myself. You know, because that's one thing that I've never really, I used to think, you know, like I used to go through life like, man, I don't have this, I don't have that. You know, look at all the I don't haves. But what I, you know, like, even if I lost everything, God, Mahio, you know, he allowed me to get it back every time. And not saying like I don't want, you know, like a big TV and a nice car. No, man. He gave me peace. He gave me love. You know, like didn't give me good eyes. Yeah.
One.
Give me
One for a little bit.
one sacred eye.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean I'm very, very you know, blessed, you know, to even just have what I have, you know. Like I always say, you know, I woke up in my own bed in my own apartment with my own woman. You know, that's new. Yeah. But you know, I get the opportunity. You know, it's about progress, not perfection. And like I said, I get to practice these affairs and all practice these principles in all my affairs. You know, so I can't even begin to tell you, you know, who I used to be. You know, I can tell you about who I am today.
Mhm.
So that's all I got.
Hmm.
I said that about you yesterday. I said every time I say something, Darian goes,
It's kind of like how you were telling Theta, ask him to do something. Watch, he'll tell you he's not gonna be passionate about it.
Yeah.
Then 5 minutes later, I come in. It's like
Yeah.
I'll do it, but my heart's not gonna be in it. You go, I told you, Theta. Reading me like a book. Got it. All right. Comments or me? Which one?
Comments first.
Okay.
Stacy says, "Yeah, show up like a wet pup, a wet res pup." And then Brianna
Yeah.
Little Raven says, "Anna and I will be there tonight."
Perfect.
Leslie Shortteeth says, "Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today?"
Good, sister.
She
Mhm.
said, "I am so happy because I got to talk to my cousin Crystal today."
Oh, I ain't talked to Crystal in shit. It's been a while.
And
She put a gun
Carly,
on me.
oh.
Yeah.
Carly says, "Good morning."
Oh, good morning, Our Highness.
Oh, better be studying. Yeah.
Studying for speaking tonight.
Yeah.
Ask her a question right now. See what she says.
Carly, what kind of hand soap do you use?
The whole bottle.
Yeah.
And
What else?
Carmelo says, "It's so lit up over there now."
Mhm, it's
I know,
bright.
right? See how greasy I am.
I know. It's not even 11 a.m. We're still greasy.
I was sweating 8 o'clock.
David Deer says, "Good morning."
Stongo David,
Mary Beaver says, "Good morning, Tor."
who wouldn't up?
And
Mary.
Marco says, "Hey, you guys." Yeah. He dragged it all
Yeah.
out.
It's like sloth. From
Yeah,
the
like
Goonies.
sloth.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say it. Say it like sloth.
Who? Oh, from
Oh,
Ice Age?
No, from not Sid. Yeah.
I forgot we're messing with the. She's still a
No,
baby.
From the Goonies, whenever he
From the
gives him a
Goonies.
Babe Ruth.
There you go. Yeah. She doesn't have a clue what we're talking about.
It's really good. I start lisping.
I
The
knew
last
what I was-
dandelion.
All right, go ahead. Give it to him.
We're still going. There's
Oh.
more people.
Johnny Lee Soap says, "Good morning, Fingalot." And
Finally got.
finally got a notification. Y'all are live.
Hey.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Soap.
Bayal says, "The teachings of our grandfathers are everywhere around us, but it is up to each of us to seek out that knowledge." Harry,
Definitely.
Yazdi, Navajo, New Mexico, 1989.
Mhm.
Yep. You know, and that's the thing about that's the crazy thing about this is that I can't want it for you. You know, like I get calls from mothers, grandmothers,
Fathers,
you know,
brothers, sisters, everybody.
my family member needs help. They're out here dying. And you know, like
We can't force it.
I can't force, you know, like because I've been forced into those situations. It did not last.
Yeah, makes you want to not do it.
Yeah, made me. It wasn't until I wanted it. You know, I've done it for my mom. I've done it for my kids. I've done it for everybody on the planet but me. That was the only time it stuck. You know, so you know that's one thing. You know, we always pray for the addict who still suffers. So go ahead, Mister.
No, there's still more comments. There's still more comments.
Damn it.
I know we got popular.
Susie White says, Mr. Bowtone, I'm finally listening to your program, enjoying it.
Oh, thank you,
Mm.
Susie.
And Carly said, oh my gosh, guys, already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't save it for later.
Knock it down.
Yeah.
Knock it down.
I'm gonna see the camera move somehow.
Yeah.
And so big, the
Big
wind
hand
comes.
come through.
Yeah. You know, she uses speech to text because her thumbs are too big to type it out and everything.
Misty Hickson says, can see your eye bugs, A.
Yeah.
Guy.
And Frida says, good morning, brothers.
Good
On
morning,
the plane
sis.
Right now, about to head home to El Reno.
Mike.
Mhm.
She said, laughter is good medicine always.
Always,
Mhm.
always.
Natalie says, good morning, y'all. I'm headed that way to get dinner supplies. Been answering questions about youth speaker meeting tonight, and I'm excited to hear from our recovery nieces.
Mm.
Or recovery nieces. And
Mado.
Frida says, I'm leaving Denver, the mile high home of the Broncos, but I'm wearing my OKC Thunder shirt.
There
And
we
yes,
go.
it's pink.
Perfect.
So cute.
Yeah.
What? I want a pink Thunder
Yeah.
shirt.
Nope.
Go to Old
Yeah.
Paris. You know they got them. It's a landmark, a historical landmark. All right. Now that
Go
we're done with
ahead.
comments. All right. Well, what Barry said.
Ditto.
No. No, I think this is like a gift of like getting that balance, right? You can't force it, but you can also acquire it just from other people's prayers. I feel like I've acquired just like from my youth into my young adult stage about seeing the good in things. So like how you were saying, you could always find, you know, the bad, and I was always lucky or fortunate enough to find that silver lining no matter what. No matter if I was home for those 4 days, I was like, oh my god, I only have to brush my teeth when I want to. Like stuff like that. Like you can find positivity and stuff, and I didn't realize it until I was an adult that like these were
I should have
answers.
brushed my teeth.
Yeah, I should have brushed her whenever. But like how like my mindset and the way I view life was an answered prayer from my elders, my ancestors that were praying for the next generation, and I feel like I got that without me asking for it, without me realizing that's what I needed, and I carried that, or I still carry that throughout my life, like on deployments and everything. Like if stuff is getting blown up and stuff, I'm like, well, at least my clothes are still on. Like at least I'm not like it was something that a lot of people were like, how the heck are you still just beat bopping around? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like, we're alive, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like we've experienced like a lot of near death stuff, but like we're still here. So why would I be down in the dumps about still being here? And I think after finally acknowledging that, like I did get this gift of optimism, it did progress my life like throughout, like me reaching goals, me trying, because in pessimistic mindsets, you already fail yourself by like not attempting anything. And so I think me actually now honing it in with creator and now adding on prayer is bringing nothing but more positivity. And I want to say like another thing that's been huge about like that connection, that balance, that sacred mindset is praying with my wife. So like we just started after we've been married for however long. Hold on, let me do math. November 13th, 2018. 7 years almost, and been together for more than that. Like, we're finally like praying out loud together and not just like at the dinner table. Because I feel like a lot of people will just like, all right, thanks for the food. Um,
Oh,
don't give me food poisoning, please. And then you go on. But now actually like uh saying our prayers together, saying what we were thankful for the day, what we're struggling with for the day, because then it empowers the other person to see what we're missing or what we appreciate. And a lot of it is, like, we just want that grace to deal with our kids, because our kids will be tearing it like all the time. Oh my geez. But like, and so that's definitely something we pray for, is like, help me get through this day with these crazy kids kicking each other in the head, doing karate, kicking me in the head. But we still see that at the end of the day, we're thankful for everything that the kids do. Like, we know
Definitely.
we know we are going to miss everything that they do,
mhm.
whether it's good or bad. And so it's us now seeing that view of life through the sacred lens with each other, and it's bringing us closer together, closer to Creator. It's bringing our kids closer to Creator, and that's what ultimately we want. Is we want our kids to feel valued, empowered, a connection, and then that alignment with spirit and intent. And so I think if people haven't tried it, like, pray out loud with your significant other. It's helped me a ton, like way more than I thought I would. And so now, I'm taking days off, work life balance. So that's pretty cool. It's new. It's throwing me off.
Definitely new.
Oh yeah, it's really new. But it's
You have a
something.
damn party.
I know, yeah, I know. I was waiting to find everything on fire or something, but just a bunch of trash on my desk, so I was happy. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I kind of get out of this, is like, a lot of these meditations just circle on what you want out of life, and
Prayer and good
how
intentions.
prayer and good intentions kind of like bring that into it, and your connection with Creator. It doesn't have to be like this uh Lord Almighty connection. It's like the Creator's like within you, so it's like a
Yeah.
normal conversation. Like, I'll be making jokes during prayer. Like, if Jerica's done praying, she'll be like, okay, I'll say these words in your name, amen. And I'm like, I didn't get to pray. And then I'll be like, we're back, sorry. And then she'll be like, oh my god. And so, like, you have to like realize, like, if we have a sense of humor, Creator definitely does.
Definitely.
And so you gotta use that to your advantage and make them like you. But I don't know where I'm going, but
understand. She
hopefully I
understands.
brought it home. Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully
you
it
brought it
really
home.
made you
You brought
guys
it home.
cry.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's one of my things, is I see it all the time. Like, I think about this, what's going on in our tribe right now. Like, all these political people, and I understand, like, that's just a part of society today. But I always think, like, how can they want good, but they don't, like, not for everyone? Like, they want all these bad things to happen, or they want somebody to pay a price
For them to get what they
for
want.
them to get what they want.
Yeah.
Like, how can you want good for all of our people, but you're wishing bad on somebody?
Mhm.
Or I don't know. It's a crazy time for our people right now. And I think it's very uncharacteristic of who we are. And I just hate to see it. I hate to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a lot of people think they their mind is so set on they're the best thing for.
Yeah, they're the best thing.
And then it
they're the
doesn't.
answer.
Yeah, it doesn't answer. Like sometimes we're the best at something, not everything. And
Not
so you got to
everything.
figure out what that something is. Who the best is for it is definitely something that's a gift of seeing. Like, if you actually can see, and then if you are in like that position, and if you support that person, I think that would mean a lot more for both of the people, just because
Yeah.
you see that that's what we need. We need uplifting. We don't need tearing down,
Yeah.
like breaking walls and all that stuff. And so
Yeah, it's a crazy time. I always think that all the time. You can't wish bad, or not even wish. You would want the same blessings for somebody else as you would want for yourself.
mhm.
You know, like why would you? You know, like I don't know. It makes so much sense in my head.
Yeah, then trying to find the word.
Yeah,
You
trying to
know,
find the
it's
word.
like
And then but yeah, you can't want bad for somebody, and expect good things. I guess that sums it up. I guess. Go ahead. What was I trying to say, Desiree?
yeah, you got it.
I was gonna say that.
No, she was
Yeah,
focusing.
copycat.
Yeah, she's trying to hold in her bubble.
She
guts.
she told me that. She called me a copycat earlier. Do we have any comments?
Leah System says, "Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning, Leah.
T.
Auntie Leah.
Balance is important to giving what we have been given to help one another. I think the connection with the higher power and seeking His will, not ours, praying with one another for each other, makes for a beginning of a better balance for the blessings we have and will continue to receive, as long as staying willing and open minded to be able to see whom we grow to be."
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. That was
And
good.
Melissa Pedro says, "Good morning, fellas. Have a blessed day."
Good morning, dear babe.
And Earl
Surprised she hasn't
Plumley-
changed her name to that.
Earl Plumley says, "Niakit Pavona, good morning. Have a good day. And stay hard."
Stay hard. Yes, you know, Mingo's rubbing off on people.
Yeah.
To everybody,
Good morning,
stay hard.
brother.
Like,
Good morning. Hope
talking
you have a
about
good day.
Like, stay hard.
I really think Mingo means to say stay dangerous because I hear
I
him
don't know.
say that and I'm like, do you mean to say
No,
dangerous?
Mingo doesn't even know
No,
what he means to
He
say.
means
yeah.
But that's what YG says, and he's
No,
always
no, it's
quoting
Mingo.
rappers.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah,
No
it's
telling
Mingo.
what's
Yeah, it's
Mingo.
Mingo.
Well, stay hard then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let him live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let 'em
yeah.
live.
Everybody tag him. Tell him wise words.
Everyone tell him that.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah,
tag
everybody
Mingo
tag
Bruce.
Mingo.
Say stay hard.
Stay hard.
Yeah. That way he can feel loved. That'll be his next tattoo. Watch. Be right on his arm. Stay hard. He'll get both of them.
Lori Brooks says, "People will not."
It wouldn't.
Leah System says, "Of course, I love you all."
Love you too.
Thank you. Love you too, Aunt Leah.
Nat says, Mingo Bruce, stay hard.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Who would have thought he would have such wise words?
So yeah, tonight is our youth empowerment. Is that
Go
what
to
we're
media?
calling it?
Youth speaker night.
Youth speaker night. So our
Yeah.
two res covering nieces. Oh, that's such a great picture.
Yep. Mingo supporting you. Mingo staying hard in that
Stay
picture.
hard in that picture. Pick me up.
Yeah. It was last year.
Our res covering princess, senior princess, Carly Ty flying out. We call her Mittens,
Yep. Or hamburger helper.
hamburger helper hands, and then the niece, Maya Levi. So they agreed to come up and maybe just talk about get vulnerable. We're trying to create a safe space for them to talk about what it was like having a parent in addiction and how they were able to stay positive without falling into those trenches. So I think it's something that not a lot of people are willing to
Talk about.
So I got to give them their props for being able to get up and talk about these things.
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna have to buy Kleenex because I feel like a lot of parents are gonna.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
That, or we'll just use the paper towels that we got from the bathroom. that seems more fitting for us. Honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds more like tour.
yeah.
Stolen paper towels.
All noses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Passing the roll. Yeah. Yeah. everybody- yeah. Skin peeling off. But yeah.
But yeah, so that we're serving a meal. The whole public is invited. We invite the community come and break bread with us at 6:00. Then from 7 to 8, we will be going live.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, come and enjoy a meal with us. What are we having tonight, Nat? Chili, Frito pies, beef stew, and chicken pasoli red,
Cornbread. Oh yes.
and cornbread. somebody might
Ooh,
make.
maybe,
That's I
possibly.
mean, that's
That's a big commitment.
a big commitment.
So
I mean,
hopefully they might do.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up.
I will.
Yeah,
Silver lining.
but if it
We
happens,
will possibly have.
let's speak it
fry bread.
into
Yeah.
existence.
I mean, if you're watching
2,000
and you
pieces
can
of fry
make
bread are
good fry
coming.
bread, just bring it.
Yeah, you're more than, and
Yeah.
it's a potluck. You know, like if you want to bring some food, you know, but if not, bring your appetite. It's always a good time here at 1950 South Shepherd. So that'll be tonight, and that's all I really got.
Yeah, we got more comments. Hold on.
Okay,
Desi's too busy fighting out for bubble guts again.
No.
Yeah,
she keeps running
she
out.
kee's running out. All
and
right.
we know what she's doing. She's taking
tingle
that
one
nature
time.
walk.
yeah.
Taking that nature walk.
Yeah, she's like, no. Yes, it will be live streamed on our tour Facebook and then also on our YouTube, and so that way we can watch both.
Yeah. And all of our morning meditations, everything's on our YouTube channel,
Mhm.
CNA-tour.
Is there anything vegetarian?
We can get salad.
Yeah, we can find some grass, and then lawn clippings or lettuce.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
clean the
Clean the lawnmower
go
out.
clean the lawnmower. No.
Get some ranch dressing.
I mean, you know, if you're going to, I mean, yeah, we can figure something
Yeah, we'll
out.
find something.
Get a fruit tray. They like real food too? What would you
Is
recommend?
cornbread vegetarian? Does that count? It's got an egg in it.
Oh,
Oh my jeez. There,
I'm
see
a fat
carrots. Well, see, we go. But yes, you can bring your kids.
yes, bring your
If
kids.
they're not tame, we're gonna send them outside in the
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah, because you know we're just in
Yeah.
one room, so
Yeah, but no, you can bring kids.
just keep them off the stairs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
get on to
Yeah.
them, or so we
We'll
will.
send Theta. Theta's got a lot of road rage set up. So, oh, beans. That's so easy. Oh no, we weren't. Yeah, I guess that works. What
else? Is that it?
Yeah. There's Labor Day this weekend.
Labor Day this
Labor Day
weekend.
powwow colony.
Well, you know
It's pretty
that's
rainy,
kind of,
so who knows?
that's kind of the weird thing about this is we were thrown on the
Res Covery was,
res cover was thrown on the flyer. Nobody asked us.
and then when
you
they
know-
did, we said no, we want to rest. And they put us on the flyer.
They put us on the flyer, so we don't want to like
Not show up.
not show up and misrepresent, you know, our organizations.
But we're not going to be passionate about it.
Yeah. You might catch me out there on a
Yeah,
song
yeah.
or two.
You'll see
I'll
me
come get the
square
giveaway.
dancing with
Yeah.
angry eyebrows. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to show you guys I don't want to be there because I was told to be there. I was going to be there anyway, but now that I'm told to. Ugh. What's the question?
Oh, what's the question?
Will it be broadcasted somewhere?
Yes.
Yes, on this
Channel.
channel right here, on our Facebook right here, and then we also put all of our live streams on our YouTube channel, CNA-tour.
And they stay forever.
CNA-tour. So that's our YouTube channel. You can go back and look at any one of our lives. But yeah, we'll be broadcasting from the tour page
What is
and
that?
on our YouTube.
Oh. What? Where?
No.
Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll let Des read it. She's got a better reading voice.
Yeah.
Looking for words of encouragement for a relative going into treatment in less than an hour. They're feeling hopeless and scared for themselves and their children.
This is you. This is all you.
You know,
Strap in.
that's a very natural response, you know. Like you haven't been given the tools yet, you know, but something great is about to happen in your life, you know, like somebody was definitely praying for you, you know. The creator is created this path for you to get there, you know. And my thing was, you know, like I was so ready, you know, like I was homeless, you know, I was living out of a bag, you know, like luckily, you know, my brother would let me come and stay with them, you know, but I was more of a, you know, I felt like a burden. And I was tired of just living that way, feeling like drugs and alcohol were the only solution. And it didn't matter, like I was willing to throw my life away. And then I thought just by getting high and getting drunk, like it would make me feel better, and it always made me feel worse. So, I mean, feeling emotions, that's going to be the tough part about getting into this process is feeling your emotions. And, one thing that I found out is feeling emotions is that's what makes you human. That's kind of what makes you who you are. Like I said, you're going to have really high highs and really low lows. It's being able to find that middle ground where you realize that you're in a safe space. You may not know anybody, but you're going to be surrounded by people who are in the same exact situation that you are in. So I mean, you can find comfort in other alcoholics and addicts. And I would say trust the process. And just because you're in go to rehab, that doesn't mean you're cured. You got to work on yourself. You got to be able to get vulnerable. Don't sit there quiet and just hold your feelings in. Speak about how you feel. Talk about what kept taking you out. Understand your process, and I promise when that spiritual awakening happens, and you're just cheesing from ear to ear, and a little puffy because you've been eating, you get your color back, like all these great things are gonna, these feelings, you know, uh, recovery turns into discovery because you get the opportunity to actually be who you really are. You get to, you're not just trying to survive, you're not just acting on emotion, you're taking healthy risk. And that's the most important part is you're taking healthy risk. You're practicing healthy habits. Whether it's getting up and just eating, getting up and just making your bed, you know, cl- keeping your area clean, getting along with everybody, because I mean, think about when you're not, like I don't know, I just want to encourage you, and I'll be praying for you. I promise you, there's a lot of people that are gonna be standing with you in prayer, and to me that's a very important part, because sometimes I didn't know how to pray for myself. Yeah, I didn't know that. I think God was like Santa Claus. So I mean, He's definitely moving in your life. I think it's just important that you are aware, and maybe one of these days you'll be able to recognize, when those things are happening. But for now, trust the process. The Creator allowed for this to happen, so He's taking you to a place where you can only get better. Like He's giving you the opportunity. It's not about what you have; it's about what's the opportunity that's in front of you. Like I was saying earlier, I can lose everything every time, but it's crazy because he keeps giving me the opportunity to get to get it all back. So I mean, I definitely be praying for you. You can get in the game, Des.
No, she's not. She's on TikTok.
No, I wasn't. Bayal says, "Are you cautious about holidays and healing and recovery?"
Well, I would have to say, there's a couple of times during the year, that I have, a little bit of trouble. I would have to say it's around. It's not even really a holiday. It's around the date that I lost my son. My son took his life in 2016, July 22nd of 2016, and it's like that's a tough time of the year for me. But I also I don't think I really put myself in these situations where I feel like I have to be cautious. If I'm at home, I feel like, like if like I can't go see my brother. I have a brother, man. I've always looked up to him my whole life. I love being around all my brothers, but my brother that, he doesn't ever judge me. He just lets me, he accepts me for who I am. And it's like, I know, it wouldn't be unnatural to go over there and him to have a beer in his hand. But I know it's just those type of situations where I'm aware of my, my boundaries. But when it comes to I've seen other people struggle, around different holidays. Maybe there's some triggers going on, but to me it's like I got to get into more literature. I got to understand more about my sickness, about my disease, and where I'm having trouble. Like to me, it's just having the awareness of when I should have my guard up. Like that's a blessing in itself. Like to know, like, okay, something's not right here. I need to get on the phone and I need to call somebody who practice these same principles. I'm not going to call somebody who is going to be like, you know what? F that. Like,
You want to go out?
yeah, you want to go act on this emotion? Let's go. Like, nah, I need to call somebody who practice these same principles. Maybe I need to get to a meeting. Maybe, it's just different variations of what's going on up here. Because that's where this disease lives, is up here. Drugs and alcohol were only symptoms of what's going on up here. So,
Susanna Lunsford says, good morning.
good morning, Susan.
Carmelo says, Mingo said to tell him stay hard.
Yeah.
Stacy goes always hard.
Dave Levi says, approach everything you're going to be learning and experiencing with an open mind and open heart.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Big, because that was always my thing, is like, okay, I tried it my way. I was strung out. Yeah, I was doing bad, bro. Like, like I tried it my way. Like give the creator an opportunity to come in and maybe just, work on your plant that seed, and then take care of it, like nurture that growth. I tried it my way. Let me look at all these people who are recovering alcoholics and addicts. And I admired how happy they all were.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, open mind, open heart, open ears, and don't try to critique this to fit you. Like everyone always wants it to be custom. Like I always trip out because it's a blueprint. You get into one of these books, NA, AA, Wellbriety. It's a blueprint of, but people want to make it their own. So that's, so I like Mr. Levi's comments.
Dorothy says, thank you, and prayers are greatly appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
And Ray White Carter says, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Ray.
Bial says, aho. And Leslie Sessom, or Leslie, Leah Sessom.
Leslie says.
Anyways, she says, just know you're not alone. My mom says you're only as alone as you make yourself feel. We all know how scary it is to be in a place where we don't know anyone yet.
Don't know nobody.
My higher power puts us in uncomfortable places to learn about who we actually are without drugs or alcohol.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Feel that growth. Just for you taking that chance is already showing growth. So I think that's huge. That's, to me, it wasn't like no like point in my recovery, where I can say, oh, this is what changed me. It was just the first decision. Like, I know I need help, and if I don't do something quick, I feel like this could be bad. So it was just that alone, is showing growth. It's showing some courage, and like we'll just keep praying for you.
Oh, my mom says good morning. Dang,
Good
I'm
morning.
late. Start over. All right, that means you got to start with your flute intro again.
I'll give you a taste.
Take it away.
This is the single that he's coming out with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The name of this song is called Baby Gah. Yeah.
That's the whole song.
Gah.
Yeah, but the single's gonna be 3 minutes long, but it's him just prepping, and then that's what you get at the end.
Gah. Well, is that it?
Mello said, "Don't be spinning it around on it either."
Mhm.
Leah says, "Acceptance is the answer to all my problems."
Mm.
Mhm.
And that's all the comments.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate all the questions, all the comments. Good luck on your journey. We will definitely be praying for you. And
We'll see you guys tonight.
like, share, follow. Tell your mammy about us. We will see you later on tonight. I hope.